Bonjour à tous, c'est Johara Gemma, Entraineuse de chiens. Maintenant, comprendre les chiens. Hello everyone, this is Johara Gemma. Today on Understanding Dogs, I will be talking about the communication our dogs give us and we ignore it. All right, so this is something that is a lot of times overlooked, and it's the reason why sometimes you just forget and your dog pees right there, right in front of you, looks at you, gives you that sad look, what you call those sad puppy eyes, and just sits there and just pees right in front of you. And you're like, oh my God, he peed. All right, so I am going to talk a little bit about that. So I know a lot of us, we have very busy lives, and things like this can happen. All right, so let's say, most of us, we work, we go to school. If you have kids, you got to pick up the kids from school, take them to school, and all that. But sometimes you just forget to take your dog outside to pee. All right. And poor thing, there's so much he can hold. All right. So I would go ahead, and it's really important to get the clues. So dogs are very smart. They will go ahead and give us clues. Like for example, for when your dog has to go to the bathroom, there are many times, like for example, my dog, and I know many of your dogs will do this, but you just ignore it. It would be that your dog would go ahead and they would start pacing back and forth right in front of you, all right, pacing back and forth really fast. And then they'll do like a circle right in front of you, and then they'll just stand by the door. All right. Usually it's the front door, the door that you take them out to potty. All right. So these are signs that your dog is telling you, hey, I have to go pee. You need to take me out. All right. So another thing that many dogs do is that they'll go ahead and they could even scratch the door. So that's something else some dogs do. They'll go ahead and scratch the door. All right, they'll stand in front of you, they'll look at you, and then they'll scratch the door. So these are signs your dog is telling you, I need to pee. Or in some cases, maybe your dog doesn't feel good. He has an upset stomach for some reason and he wants to vomit. All right, it happens also. So because sometimes you just took him outside and he wants to go out again. So be mindful, because sometimes it could be that either he wants to vomit because it happens, so he need a little bit of extra time, or it could be that he still has to poop. Maybe you didn't give him enough time for him to poop. So those are things that sometimes, and then you notice he did it inside the house. So remember, when you're outside with your dog, remember to go ahead and give them some time. I'm not saying 30 minutes, I'm not saying an hour. All right, because that's that's ridiculous. Okay, no. No. But just give them some time to smell. And sometimes dogs, like my dog, he'll go ahead, Winter, he'll go ahead sometimes and he'll do this, which I have to research on why he does that. But sometimes he'll go ahead and he'll just poop in one area, and then you'll see him moving, and he's still sitting and he's still moving around and he's still pooping, in several places, like that. So that's why it's important you give him that extra time, because sometimes it could be maybe he's constipated. It's possible. So dogs do things like this, so it's not always the same way every time you take them out. So sometimes you gotta give them that little extra time. And like I said, sometimes dogs are trying to communicate with you, and they'll do things like that. Or sometimes, like right now in the summertime, dogs they drink more water than the usual. So do we, right? Because it's really hot. So another thing that they'll do is that they'll go ahead and they'll just pace back and forth and go towards the bowl. All right. So this is them telling you, hey, I have a little bit of water, or I don't have any water left in my bowl. All right. So these are things, these are clues that your dog is trying to communicate with you and letting you know, hey, I have to go to the bathroom, or hey, in this case, I need some water because my bowl is almost empty or is empty. Another thing dogs can do is that they'll grab the bowl of water and they'll hold it in their mouth and they'll bring it to you. All right. Sometimes they'll do that. So just watch out for those signs that your dog is communicating with you. These are, dogs can't speak like we do, but they are good communicators and they will communicate in these ways. So just, be observant. And I would also recommend also put an alarm on your phone to remember to take them out, because sometimes we are very busy and we could forget. All right. So it's important. Like I said, I always recommend in the morning, right when you wake up, first thing you should do, take your dog outside, let them do their business. Because remember, they've been holding it all night. Okay. So you want to make sure that first thing you do, take them out, let them do their business. All right. Then bring them in. You have breakfast, right? Your kids have breakfast. Well, make sure your dog has his breakfast. All right. So go ahead and feed your dog like people do. After they eat, they got to go to the bathroom. Well, your dog, same thing. You finish eating, take him out. He'll want to go. All right. So then, if you forget, put it on your phone, the alarm, to take your dog out before you leave the house. This is really important. All right. And then if you're able to, try at noon or something like that to have a neighbor or yourself, if you could go home and take them out for a little bit, let them pee, a quick pee. All right, that will be great. And then when you get home from work, try to go ahead as soon as you get home from work, that you picked up the kids and the groceries and all that. All right, you come in, take your dog outside, because remember, he's been holding it for many hours. So take your dog out again. And of course, once you do that, you have your dinner, give your dog a little bit, the other portion of the food. All right. Give them some food and then take them out. All right. And a lot of times I recommend, if possible, before you go to sleep, try to take your dog out one more time so they could have a quick pee. All right. So I hope my information has been helpful to you all. All right. This is why I make the videos. I like to try to make everybody's lives easier, since we all live such busy lives. All right. So thank you so much for all your support and your comments. All right. Abonne-toi et suis-moi, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Subscribe and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.